Let's get deep. We're going deep. Chad and JT.
What's up, stokers? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep and Chad JT podcast with my compadre, JT Parr. What up, dude?
What up, dog?
This is episode 35.
How you doing?
Dude, I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Blonde, you're looking blonde, dude.
Right. So, stokers, when this comes out, we'll have gone on Fox News to like fight for our cause, which is to stop coral bleaching. Coral bleaching is what happens when the water gets hot and the coral bleaches itself, which is like a near-death experience for it and makes it susceptible to death.
Mm-hmm.
And so we bleached our hair in solidarity and to raise awareness.
Yeah, we're raising awareness for our dogs, the corals, to stand in solidarity with the coral and say, "What up, dudes?
What up, coral?
You're not alone. We're bleached with you, dog.
We got you, dude.
We're just as susceptible."
And maybe we'll be the last people who have to get bleached because maybe coral will stop bleaching.
Hopefully, dude. And hopefully, hopefully it becomes a movement, like the Ice Bucket Challenge. You got to challenge people to do it, to bleach their hair, to raise awareness, and to save the coral. So hopefully the entire country is bleached.
Yeah, I mean, that would, if you went outside and everyone had bleached hair, you would change whatever needed to change to make that stop.
The coral would be like, all right, let's adapt to these rising ocean temp.
Well, I mean, like, people would be like, why is everyone bleaching their hair? And
Oh,
like,
for sure.
They're like, because the coral's bleaching, and they're like, stop the coral bleaching.
Yeah, you think that would cause enough of an uproar?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's a sight.
I'm stoked to raise awareness. I'm stoked to let the coral know that we care about it. We love it, and bleaching is something that we can all go through together. They don't have to be alone. They can, because I want them to keep supporting the economy. I want them to keep, fish alive. I want them to help Nemo find whatever the fuck it is Nemo is looking for. I want them to, help create waves. I want them to help, break, monsoons and shit.
So ecosystem.
Yeah. What does eco stand for?
Ecological?
Tight.
Maybe.
Economy?
Echo?
Oh, yeah, probably.
How do you feel having bleached hair?
I feel good. I've been getting a lot of looks. I feel like Draco Malfoy, so I feel like kind of like bad, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can, get up to some naughtiness, and people will be like, wow, I was totally expecting you to do that. I think before with the brownish hair, people were like, it's kind of sweet, but now they're just like, whoa, dude, you're out to, cause a ruckus. And I'm like, yeah, I'm up to some swashbuckling shenanigans with this shit. So.
A lot of villains with bleached hair.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
It's been rough.
Yeah, you didn't look too pleased last night. You canceled some dates, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm single now, and I've been going pretty hard at the apps. And I really gotta watch it because I can waste too much time on them. And I set up a couple dates. And I think I'm going to have to postpone them because I think coming in with this bleached hair is going to put a ceiling on how good of a time we can have. But at the same time, I might not. And I'm kind of excited by the challenge. It's like, if I can have a good time with someone with bleached hair, I must be a lot of fun.
Dude, if you own it, if they're like, what the fuck? And you're like, yeah, what the fuck? And you own it, they're like, wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
The amount of confidence in this guy is so attractive. I just need to bone him right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna wait a couple dates to bone, but I want that energy there.
Yeah.
Early and often.
I
just it's challenged my masculinity a little bit. Where like I find myself a little bit more defensive about my masculinity since it got bleached. Like I think I'd be more likely to get into a fight with bleached hair than without it because I think I'd be I'm overcompensating.
Well, now you know how the coral feels.
Yeah, the coral probably feels pretty naked and bare and vulnerable and maybe a little emasculated.
Yeah, the coral is, coral needs a boost in tea right now.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just it doesn't look great on me. Like I thought it looked really good on Kanye, but
dude, I think it looks good, man.
I believe that when you say it to me too, and it means the fucking world to me, man. And I think yours looks good as well.
Thanks.
But
dude,
it's not a shallow sacrifice.
Dude, I'm digging it.
You love it.
I love you with it.
Well, I went to a sex ed meeting before this, and when I walked in, I did laugh a little bit because I was like,
yeah,
You know, I'm in there with all these adult perverts, and they're looking at me like I'm the weird one.
Yeah.
Dude, let's do a quick recap from Sunday too. The Hape experiment.
Oh yeah, Hape. That was intense.
Super intense.
At first, I was pumped because I got super high energy, and I was like, "Oh, this is like."
Dude, you were jacked at the end of the pod.
Yeah, I was like, "All right, here we go," you know. But the thing about Hape is it makes you feel everything. So you're like high energy, then you're like, whoa, I have like every emotion coming in at one time right now, and I need to sit down. I'm also sweating. I'm also like,
Nauseous.
becoming one with the Amazon. Troy is there just with his like crazy ass energy. And I just need to sit down. I laid on the couch for like, you could see in the video too. At first I was jacked, and then you were freaking out, and then you can see in my face where I go completely inwards in my head, and I'm just sitting there like blank face, just like you can tell every thought is just going across. It's like a super highway of just every emotion just I'm just like, oh fuck.
Did I negatively impact your experience?
Maybe.
Yeah, because I was freaking.
Yeah. So it's tough to know. Maybe if we did it apart. Although next time I think I'll be more prepared and more cleansed because I already, went through the experience.
Well, there's the physical experience of having it go up your nose and into your brain is harsh.
It's harsh.
Yeah, it fucking hurt. And
Troy's like, look in my eyes. And you're like, oh, fuck.
And his eyes, to quote The Sopranos, Tony one time was getting mad dogged by his like a psycho cousin Richie Aprile, and then he goes, "Quit giving me the Manson lamps," like Charles Manson's eyes.
Yeah.
And that Troy kind of had that like psycho presence and like certainty.
Yeah.
But he was a cool guy. And then once it went on my nose, and I've become a hypochondriac because I've had freakouts I've done too many drugs in the past, and it's fucked me up so much that I'm like worried something bad's gonna happen. Like I broke kind of like a threshold in my brain, and the Hape really brought me right back to that.
Yeah.
But then it was good because I threw up a lot, and then Troy was like, "Dude, yeah, good, you're doing good, good. That's great, JT." I'm just like vomiting in a trash can.
Yeah, you were purging a lot.
Yeah, and then we went upstairs and we just talked about everything, man. We talked about, friends, and I just talked basically about like inner conflict, like, about like wanting to be self-accepting but also be ambitious, and like wanting to love people but also needing space from people, and just like, the need to be like honest, but then also the need to like protect yourself and other people. It was tough.
Well, you're a walking dichotomy.
Dude, for sure, for fuck. And Troy was like, "You're doing some great work right now, JT. That's some great work."
Yeah.
And he'd stare straight into my eyes, and I literally looked at him and I went, "Yeah, dude, and I just don't know how much I can trust people in general. Like, no disrespect, but like you, like, I think you might be fucking nuts." He didn't blink. He was just like, "Mm-hmm." I was like, respect. Dog.
Yeah, I couldn't even talk. I was like on the couch for a while, and then I came up, and you guys were talking. I was listening. I couldn't even talk. I was so like nauseous. But he's talking about the yin and yang.
Yeah.
He's like, you just gotta live with it. You gotta live with the evil. And I was like, oh, that's a good point.
He was right, dude. A lot of his advice was right.
Yeah, because he's like, you can't just, everyone wants to shut out like the anxiety or whatever, and it's just like you just gotta ride with it. I think that's the point of those Amazonian drugs, is to like teach you just to like ride with the flow of life.
You're right.
And not if you're feeling anxiety, just be like, I can't feel this anxiety right now, and then it becomes worse and worse. But if you take some Hape straight up your friggin' nasal cavity, then you'll be like, oh, I'll just ride the anxiety and it'll be fun.
Yeah. And then you don't have a choice. Like, you're along for the ride. Not that you can't like control your life, but you can't control how you feel all the time. Yeah. And then I told him, I was like, dude, I don't know if there's like a belief system or a person who can give me all the fucking like answers I need. And then he was like, there's not. And he's like, so do you know what that means? And I was like, you have to be that person for yourself. And he was like, yes. I was like, fucking Troy, dude. Dude, he looked healthy, dudes.
Yeah.
Like when he was in the room, his hair and eyes and feet, he had the healthiest looking feet I've ever seen. They were so tan and like strong looking.
Yeah. All that pee.
And then we also got to say, like, dudes, like, we had an interesting experience on the Hape, but we really don't know much about it. And like, if just be careful. I would tell people to be very wary.
The whole time I was just super nauseous, and I also had a virtual reality date later that day, so I was mostly nervous about that. I'm like, am I gonna be able to make it?
Nice. With the girl I saw you with last night?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Chad is springing into some romance here.
I was just doing virtual reality.
Yeah, I hear you. But you love virtual reality. We've done raw data before at the virtual reality arcade. It's a lot of fun.
They have a new one called Beat Saber, where you have a lightsaber and it's like Guitar Hero, but you lightsaber through like it'll be like an arrow pointing to the right or arrow to the left, and you lightsaber to the right, and it'll be like the correct beat for the song.
Whoa.
It's so much fun. You got to do it.
How is she at it?
She's good. I was stoked. I was watching closely. I'm like, you did well. You passed. And I was like to the virtual reality people. I'm like, did she pass? They're like, yeah. I was like, tight.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Passing those levels, dude.
Beat Saber. We killed robots. Stokers, on dates, do fun stuff. Kill robots. Play with lightsabers. Go on water slides. Go parachuting. Go eat milkshakes.
Are you guys gonna hang out again?
I think so. Yeah. I don't like to divulge here, JT.
I know, but I think the pauses say a lot. Yeah. The gravity of the situation is explained in the moments between the moments.
What up?
My dog is glowing.
Well, how are you feeling now that you're
single?
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking.
No, I'll get into it. It's good, dude. I'm like, I miss her. It comes in waves. You know what I mean? I definitely think we made the right decision. We needed to break up. We were fighting too much. I mean, you knew it, and then it was just it's hard to make that decision because I really did love her, and I knew she loved me, but it was not healthy. And like, I was starting to take pride in the fact that we fought a lot. I was like, we're passionate, and you start rationalizing bad things because you just, for one, you get used to them, and for another thing, you want to think you're in a good relationship,
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so earlier today, I was like literally walking to the gas station. I was like skipping. I was like, man, I am happy to be single. I'm gonna tell all these dudes that sex at me how happy I am to be single. And then as I was like buying water, I was like, I should call her. And then I was like, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean?
The walking dichotomy.
Yeah, and because I really do love her, but we are not right for each other. So I got to let it go. And then, I mean, that's not to say that I've been like, just like, crushed and pining for her. I kind of wish that was the case because I loved her so much. I wanted to matter so much to me. But I've been like hitting the apps hard and like messaging different girls. I went on a couple dates. I'm definitely engaged in the dating world. But yeah, I mean, I do think I've been happier since we broke up. I hope she's happier too.
Well, props to you for having the strength to make that decision. And you do seem lighter, I'll say, but I know it's tough. So, props to you for you're a strong dude. So.
Well, and like it's also patterns. You know what I mean? Like I've noticed a pattern in me where whenever I jump into a new paradigm, there's a lot of excitement at first because I'm like, oh, this is new, and I'm kind of free of the last thing. Because like when we first got together and became like a couple and were committed to each other, I had a big boost of energy too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then the new reality starts to set in, the contradictions and the hard points of any way of living, and then I start to kind of be like, oh, I kind of want to revert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I just gotta, and I haven't been watching porn. That's been huge too. I got a lot more self-esteem because of that. I've been good on like the porn front.
That's good.
Yeah.
Dude, that really does make a difference, I think.
You feel so much better about yourself.
Yeah, when you
For me, because I have a problem, so I feel better because I feel like I'm fixing the problem.
Yeah.
What about Ben Affleck, dude? You've been keeping tabs on this? He's having a rough time, Stokers. He's in rehab, and then I guess he left rehab to go work out, but then he met up with like a playmate in his couple of hours out of rehab.
Oh, really? Yeah. What's so I know he went to rehab.
He went to rehab. He broke up with his girlfriend, who was a producer at Saturday Night Live. He's been split up from Jennifer Garner because I guess he gave in too much to his demons of like partying, gambling, and infidelity. And then Jennifer Garner actually had a intervention with him and got him to go to rehab. And I just there's like Ben at the center of the story, and I'm pro Ben. You know what I mean? I think he's awesome. I love the way that like he's had these peaks and valleys of his career, but he always comes out of like these tough moments with like, you know, like a renewed vigor, and he makes like great movies and wins an Oscar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he kind of backslid back into the bad behavior, but I relate to it. Not winning Oscars, but just even when things are going good, you kind of want to blow it up. And and so he's back in rehab, and everyone's kind of just like, everyone's trashing him, and I'm just not okay with it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's Ben, dude. You gotta. Of course, he's made mistakes, but once you're my dog, you stay my dog.
Yeah, dude. Dude, totally on your side. Totally on your side. People need to lay off, you know? He's got demons, clearly. Clearly it's something that he's battling he can't control, you know? I mean, he's a force to be reckoned with. And yeah, forces to be reckoned with have some demons. And I don't think he'd be Ben without it. So, you know.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
it's all part of the package.
Yeah, let him do his thing. Keep your business to yourself, you know. Go drink a fucking mimosa. I can't. It makes me so mad.
No, but I'm with you.
Yeah, everyone was clowning on Bieber, you know, for that while. And maybe he was acting a little douchey, but he's going through a phase, you know. Then he bleached his hair. He stood with Coral. You know, he was the pioneer of that. And then he makes some hits, and all the critics are just like sitting there back there like, oh, I wish I had an album named Purpose.
Dude, I totally agree. I think Ben, like, he knows this too. Like, if he comes back with a hit, all will be forgiven.
Oh, dude,
you know what I mean?
He's going to come back with a fire hit.
Yeah, and so if he can even, like, level up from where he was with, like, The Town and Gone Baby Gone and sort of Argo, but not as much, to, like, the next level even better,
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be, like, unparalleled kind of artistic output.
If you can go from, like, The Town to, like, the state,
Yeah.
that would be epic.
Right. Make it bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's robbing, like...
Bigger stakes.
He's robbing, like, cryptocurrency or some shit.
Nice, dude.
In Boston, and then wearing a nun outfit the whole time. And please put Jeremy Renner in it again. He was so good in that movie.
Dude, Jeremy Renner's shrinking.
What do you mean?
In every movie, he gets a little bit smaller.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. The pressure, maybe, but he's about 4'10" right now.
Damn.
But I love you, Renner. No disrespect. And at 4'10", you would still double leg me and rough me up. So, you know, all respect to you, dog, and SWAT and the Hurt Locker and The Town and Tag. Dude, that New York Times article about a, like, splinter agent in the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, the article itself was riveting. I was like, dude, this guy is living in a high-stakes world of cat and mouse with dire consequences.
Yeah.
It must be weird to be living a movie. Who is your babe of the week?
My baby of the week is Mark Wahlberg. I think this might be the first time I'm doing a dude. Dude, I follow Mark Wahlberg on Instagram. This guy gets after it at 3 a.m. every morning. He's looking jacked. He's looking even more toned than ever. He is just getting it after. Inspired to be better, Mark. Inspired to be better. He's always repeating that. Inspired to be better. Inspired to be better. You know, he's just... I want to get to that point, you know. I want to have my own gym in my house, and I can wake up at 4 a.m. with trainers, eat chicken, and just get after it in the morning, and then just go play golf and go crush a movie. And by crush a movie, I mean filming it. I mean, he's always been a babe. From Boogie Nights to... From Marky Mark to Boogie Nights to Planet of the Apes to Perfect Storm to Ted to whatever the fuck else he's been. He's been in a lot of shit.
Invincible, Lone
Invincible.
Survivor,
Yeah.
I Heart Huckabees,
Shooter.
Three Kings,
Shooter. Yeah.
Four Brothers.
Four Brothers, yes. I love Shooter a lot. That I always
We're missing some.
I've always tried to be like his character in Shooter.
Italian Job.
I always tried to be like his character in Shooter, except on the beach.
Oh, dude, I like that. Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
in the snow a lot in that one.
Yeah, he's in the mountains, which is tight, but I prefer the beach, you know. I'm not a big mountain guy, you know. People are like, oh, you just want to be in the mountains. I'm like, but it's cold.
I heard Peter Berg say this about him. He said, Mark's one of the only guys that you can look weak in like a scene, and he still seems manly. Like he can be scared and still seem manly.
Yeah. Who's your babe?
My babe of the week is it's every girl I've ever dated.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys, and I hope you're all doing well. And to all the girls I've ever danced with too. I love dancing maybe more than boning.
Apparently Nikola Tesla didn't bone, and he invented electricity.
Right. When you're grinding with somebody, man, you're just locked in, public space. People can see you, but all you can see is that leg between your two legs and vice versa. And you're just hitting the swerve together. Little sweat. Pulsating music. Fuck, dude. All right, dude. Who is your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is Amazonian jungle plants. What up, Amazonian jungle plants? Or more specifically, Amazonian jungle medicine. What up? I just wanted to say props to you guys. Thank you guys for being the kind of plants that not only help heal, but help us access our full emotion. And I think it's really tight that you guys, that you plants decided to have the ability to enable soul searching and to let all types of emotion come up, not just bad, but also not just good, but also the bad, and put them together into a full-on yin and yang. And just props to you guys for just like existing and allowing us to get spiritual as fuck and just to bond with some really stellar dudes, hang with shamans, and really discover what's going on inside. And so Amazonian jungle plants, they're just friggin' legends, dude.
What's
Who's your legend?
My legend of the week is all the girls who didn't dance with me, cause like they taught me a lot too.
Dude, I love that the idea that not to force people. You can't force someone to like you.
You can't ever.
And you can't conform who you are to try and match what you think they like, because then you're not being yourself, and then they won't even like you even more.
Dude, there was this girl, Lorraine, and she invited me to like one of her company parties, and like we were kind of like on a date, and when I got there, she like didn't want to hang out with me. She was like literally ditching me. So I was like, all right. I took an Adderall, and then I became like the coolest guy at the party, and every time she came up to me, I was talking to like 4 people, and she was very impressed. And then we went and did karaoke, and I ripped Genuine Pony so hard. I was like being like super sexy, and the whole bar was going nutty. And then after that, we got some Chinese food, and we told each other secrets, and we went back to her place and cuddled. So I was like, oh man, I did it. I won. But I was so stuck in this like Adderall hyped up phase that even though I was in a good position, after that I called her too much. When she didn't like respond the way I wanted to, I tried to like keep talking to her until she would like get on board, and all I did was alienate her, and then she ended up like basically ignoring me. You know what I mean? And rightfully so. I was a fucking weirdo, over intense idiot. You know what I mean?
Just calling too much and texting too much?
Just calling too much and texting too much. And when I was talking to her, like, I would be like, come on, like, get on board with, like, I'd be like, basically just, like, I'd keep talking until I felt like I had, like, really impressed her in the conversation.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to blow her away every step of the way.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, if I just would have been, like, a little more myself without the Adderall, just a little more reserved and patient, it probably could have worked out. But I was trying to control it so bad that every time we talked, I was like, here's the full, like, I'm not just a Chinese restaurant. I'm a Chinese restaurant, an Italian restaurant, a French restaurant. I'm an In-N-Out. I'm like, I got it all. Look at all this food I can make. And she was like, okay, yeah, that's a really impressive dinner. I'm going to go, like, somewhere where I'm not, like, overwhelmed with dishes.
Is that a metaphor?
I think so.
Sick. Dude, that was tight.
Oh, legit. Thank you, dog.
Hell yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
That's profound.
All right, dude. Should we do our beef of the week? Who's your beef of the week?
My beef of the week is with automatic transmissions.
Okay.
I
like it.
I like driving stick.
It's better, dude.
It's better.
You're more in it.
I like driving stick, stokers. Okay, I learned on stick. I love stick. I want to drive stick all the time. You know what I think? I think that automatic transmissions are a big detriment to society. Why? Because they teach us not to pay attention. They
Right.
teach us to be complacent. They teach us to not care about the road, to care about our cars, to care about the rubber, to care about the asphalt. You know what I mean?
The relationship with stick is way more intimate. You're engaged. You're feeling the road.
You know what's going on with your engine.
Yes.
You know what's going on with RPMs. You know when you can push it to the limit. You're engaged with driving. You know what I mean? Whoever invented automatic transmissions can eat a big giant dong, you know?
Whoa.
Because, yeah, I went there and I said it. I said it because, you know what, dude? Like, if it wasn't for whoever you are,
They might hear this.
yeah, if it wasn't for whoever you are, we wouldn't have texting and driving. You can't text and drive when you're driving stick. And it's just like, it's so much fun when you get to just like, and you just understand. Yeah, you're like, okay, I understand my car. You develop a relationship.
The engine sounds cooler.
Yeah, but now we just get in the car and you just push a pedal, and you're just sitting back, like almost sleeping. You know, it's just like, it really bums me out. You know, I don't like this automation thing. You have just like get in there, get raw, get real. You know, grab that stick and fucking jam it into first gear. You know, don't just push that weak ass button and move the thing and you're like, all right, I'm in drive, and then just press go and not have any respect for like Henry Ford and all those other dudes. You know, I've always wanted to be more of a car guy, but it's so complicated that, you know, every time I try. My brother's a big car guy. Shout out to Mark. What up? I love you, dog.
Dude, whenever I get into a friend's car for the first time, and if they have stick, there's always that moment where I'm like, whoa, stick.
Dude, my next
You're
car
an analog man.
my next car is gonna be stick.
Oh, I can't wait to ride with you in it, dude.
It's gonna be fun.
Maybe we can do that fun thing too where you let me shift it while you drive, dude. No, don't do it.
What's your beef?
Dude, all right, my beef is kind of like a very nuanced one. It's so there's a very popular sports writer named Bill Simmons. He's probably most well known now for his podcast, the Bill Simmons podcast. Gets great guests. I love listening to it. He does really good interviews. But he was originally a sports columnist, and it's always easy to consume and always fun. And he got a huge audience. And then he parlayed that audience into starting Grantland, which was like a good sports coverage website that also did like pop culture. And then he did and then he had to leave ESPN. He got fired for criticizing Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL. And then he started The Ringer. And then he had a TV show on HBO called Any Given Wednesday, I think. It was bad. It was one of those things that was like bad from like the ads were bad for it. The name was bad. The show was bad. You're like, oh, this is just like a misfire. But I like that he took the swing. And then he's like a huge sports writer. Then there's this other sports website, Deadspin, that I always go to that always has really funny takes. Like every day they have like 5 or 6 new articles that are just hilarious about stuff in sports. And they're really good at picking on people. Sometimes I think they're too mean, but I go to the website constantly. It's like my main go-to website. And it's funny. But they always pick on Bill Simmons. And it's weird because they have a bigger readership now than Bill Simmons has at The Ringer. But like I looked it up on Google today, and like there was like 10 articles from this year that they had about what a joke Bill Simmons is, how bad of a writer is, how stupid his takes are. And I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, and the weird thing is like Bill Simmons is sarcastic and then they're sarcastic. So it's them being sarcastic about his sarcastic thing. And you're just like, this is also inconsequential. Why are you guys fighting like this? Like, it makes you look bad. And yeah, it makes Deadspin look bad that they always go after him because it's like, it seems like you have you're jealous of him or something like that. And they don't need to be. Maybe they're jealous because he's like such an individual star and the people at Deadspin are more of like a collective star. But that might just be my reading of it. And then I also think like Bill Simmons never talks about how Deadspin picks on him, but he's got to know. And I just wish that they would acknowledge that they're both so similar. Like they're really not that different. And so like when they're picking on each other or when Deadspin's picking on Bill Simmons, it feels like they're just picking on themselves. It's like having problems with like your big brother or something like that. Or like your younger brother. No, I didn't mean to make you the diminutive one, Deadspin. And yeah, it's just a weird beef. And I wish that they would just, you know, save all their sarcasm for another target. But this like media beef that they have is just, it's not chill.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's my beef of the week.
Great stuff. I love his podcast.
Bill Simmons, yeah, it's good.
I like his movie knowledge.
He's got great pop culture knowledge. They always make fun of him because they say he goes to the same go-tos. And it's like, yeah, but he was like the first one to go to those go-tos, and like they were the right things to pick. You want to do an ad?
Yeah. This podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Douglas Lubricant, one of the best in the business. They just come at it harder than F, because it's all organic lube. It comes from the best poly whatever, and they have a bunch of flavors. You can make it a really intimate, sensual experience. They have original, strawberry. They have a new orange flavor, which is pretty tight. And then anal, of course. So, guys, next time you bone hard with Douglas.
Awesome. I got an ad for UCI baseball. My friend Danny B is a coach there. He's super jacked. He's got a kid coming. He's a great guy. He's going to be a great dad, and he'll coach you up good. So if you're a good baseball player or just a student looking for a good college to go to, try UCI. They should call it UC Newport Beach because it's right there.
Beautiful. Okay, this review of the week. This comes from Loves the Rain 1. Subject: enlightening. And it says, this podcast solves all of the major world problems. If more people listen to this podcast, the world would be a better place. Thank you so much, dude.
All right, dude. Should we get into some questions? Oh, I had one, too, that I'm sorry I forget the name of the stoker, but someone messaged me and said, what is the ideal poke bowl for someone who's never had poke?
I think you gotta go tuna your first time around.
Oh, for sure, as the base?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending, I go salad based, but depending on your dietary preference, I'd go wasabi shoyu. I'd throw some kind of aioli in there. I think that really adds to it. Don't go too heavy on the toppings. Get those crispy onions, get tomatoes, get edamame, get some kale, throw some lemon juice in there, avocado, and you'll be amped. Do you have anything to add on it?
Yeah, I would say just make sure you go to a good poke place for your first go around because they've got kind of like a fast food version of it popping up everywhere, which is solid, but you just want to make sure you go to the best of those ones too. For me, it's a brown rice base, some really good tuna, maybe spicy tuna if you're into that. You got to have avocado, 100%. You got to have avocado. And then like Chad said, I keep it simple with the toppings. I get some crispy onions for the texture, maybe some macadamia nuts, and then like a good house shoyu if you want a simple flavor, and then if you want to go bigger, get an aioli.
Love it.
All right, dude. Here we go. Hey, Chad, big fan of the pod. You and JT put a spring in my step each week. Thank you, dude. I'm willing to express some thoughts and frankly concerns from one of your recent Daily Motivates videos. Specifically, it was your showcase of shooting and weightlifting skills from your day with your older bros in Westchester. Based on the pathetic display put on by your brothers, as you correctly pointed out, you are clearly the alpha of the family. I'm especially disappointed in the effort and lack of lifting abilities of your brothers. One could guess that they've been playing too much bag tag over the years, and the result is a very low T count in each of them. Mm-hmm. You clearly showed them who's boss, and you didn't even break a sweat. And they were wet, puffy messes. Their stomachs looked like big balloons being rapidly filled in and out with air. I also found it especially rude for them to have that little dwarf in pajamas call you out like that. Mm-hmm. No doubt he was paid cash to say that you weren't the toughest in the family. Also, in case I get any pushback on my criticism of their poor technique in panting showcase each year at Thanksgiving, everyone in the family gets to hear my speech about how I was the first in the family to put up 2 plates back in 1999. I always give credit to the Limp Bizkit song Rolling, which I was listening to on my Sony Discman and Velcro waist pack that glorious spring day at the UC Davis Rec Center. Anyways, I just didn't want this to go unnoticed. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you at your mom's house sometime soon. Love, always, your cousin Ev. Legend of the Week, July 2018. What up, dog? Also, big shout out to my main men, JT and Strider. Keep stoking, fellas. Thank you, dude.
Dude, Evan, thank you so much, dog. You really just crystallized what was going on that day. Domination on my part, And yeah, I think there was some foul play on their ends too, My brother, I'm sure he bribed my nephew to say that I wasn't tough. I'm the youngest one, so they're always going to clown on me first. But you know what? They're clowning on me because it's domination. So thank you, Cousin Ev, for pointing that out and being on my side and just dominating those plates first in the family, Shout out to Limp Bizkit and shout out to your high T levels. Can't wait to see you soon, cuz you're the best.
Do you think if you're the alpha of the family, you will be a more effective alpha than your brothers would be?
Yeah.
Michael Corleone, dude. Chad and JT, what up? My name is Duncan, and I come to you Sage Stoke Gods in need of some advice. I'm super into this girl in my sociology class. I ran into her at a major day fiesta, and we dominated the ice luge together. I decided to ask her out for a date. It went well, and we boned. We were both stoked on the sesh. For our second day, we went to the gym because I wanted to see her do some Olympic lifts. You dog. I wanted to see her do some Olympic lifts, but she can't do any. She can't squat, clean and jerk, or do a deadlift. I don't know what to do here. We have a super close connection, but I need to know that she can lift. Help me.
It's tough.
Dude, he's got to, if you really care about her, here's the thing. It's not her fault she wasn't in athletics. You know, maybe it just wasn't what she was into at the time, or her parents didn't stress it, or whatever her reasons. But just because she doesn't know them doesn't mean she can't learn them. You know what I mean? So maybe my dog needs to, I'd spring for a PT class for her, a personal trainer for her.
Oh, wow.
So she could learn.
That's a big move.
But help her out.
But help her out. Yeah, this is your chance, this is your chance to introduce her to full-on lifting, It could be way better than if you met someone who's better at lifting than you, although maybe that would make you improve. But, this is the start of your relation. You guys can, you can make her more jacked than anyone because you're the guy who introduced her to lifting, Send her a lot of YouTube videos of, like, those jack dudes lifting.
I would recommend getting somebody else to teach her so you don't get, unless you're really good at it and you know how to explain it. Those are tough moves to do, so don't just assume you can do them. Get a pro. What up, Chad and JT? I'm a chick listener. I recently had a summer fling with a guy, and we both knew it would end when we had to go to college. Things were good between us the whole summer. We vibed hard at parties, stayed up late talking about cool shit, went on adventures, and we were good in bed. The problem is at the end of summer, I sort of ended things early because I'm an idiot, and I wanted to see if he would fight for me. But he kind of just gave up, and we ended things kind of negatively. And I got super bummed and blocked him, but then regretted and unblocked. And I went to see him in person later to gain some clarity, and he said he wanted to stay friends like we planned. So I thought things would be chill, but he kind of ignored me. And when I asked why, he said he needed space. I haven't really talked to him since, but he's one of my favorite people in the world, and I want to stay friends. How do I break the ice again, or should I just let him go? Thanks for the help, guys. You're making choices that aren't valuing the other person enough, so they're going to inevitably want to take space from you.
Yeah, it's like cool with the games, just have an honest talk with him and lay it out on the table, be like, this is what's going on, but I still really like you and I want to do deadlifts with you. And, I think if you're just lay it on the table and you're honest with him, that's the best chance for a positive outcome. But if you're blocking him, unblocking, it's just going to be a tug of war of boner jams.
Yeah. And I would say maybe your instinct to let him go is a good one. Like, you don't want to jerk somebody around too much, but I'm not one to talk. I've made that mistake before. But yeah, if you're going to keep going back and forth on this person, give them a break. Let them go so that they can move on. What up, Chad and JT? I want to express my stoke for the major influence you bros have had in my life as of late. I've recently began the battle against carbs and am in a state of ketosis. Anyways, my name is Topher, and I recently found myself in a major conundrum. Over the summer, I've been home from college and recently linked back up with some babes from high school. One babe is going to my college next year, so I thought I'd give her a college preview, but when I arrived at her house, I saw her friend as she was leaving and instantly decided I would rather hook up with her. I called her Mega Babe for the next day, and it ended up going well, and me and the Mega Babe had a great time, but the piece I was originally hunting doesn't know. I don't want to cut off the Mega Babe friend, but I would also like to have a solid piece to take down to school. Do I come clean to the original piece? Do I continue to hide my secret relationship with her Mega Babe friend from her? Or should I throw the Hail Mary and go for both?
So was he hooking up with the Mega Babe before? Or wait, I'm confused. Can I see it?
Okay, so her friend, he wanted to hook up with one girl, but when he went over to her house, he saw her friend, and then he ended up hooking up with the friend, but he still wants to hook up with the other girl when she comes to his college the next year.
And the other babe is not coming to his college?
No, but he's more into her, but he also doesn't want to lose out on the other one. So he's just wondering if he should tell the one girl that he's been hooking up with her friend, or if he should keep it to himself. Well, I mean, dude, yeah, see, here's the thing. In the short term, it would be better to not tell her, because then you'll probably hook up with her at college. But then if she finds out, she's going to be hurt, and then she's going to not like you, and she'll have good reason for it. But so I think the actual better long-term move is to tell her the truth that you hooked up with her friend. And then if in time at college she wants to hook up with you, she'll have had all the information and you won't have to feel bad about it. So I would tell her.
I concur. Yeah, I concur.
Hey dudes, I'm just going to jump right into it. I do a good bit of weightlifting and have gotten these ill ingrown hairs on my legs from the barbell running against my leg. The real issue is that my buddies have started referring to it as herpes leg, which isn't a good look when you're out at the bar trying to kick it with some honeys. I can't tell them that this makes me feel self-conscious because that'd be a weak-ass move, and due to my quads being my strongest feature, pants or longer shorts are not an option. Appreciate the help, your boy Dave.
I'd own it, dude. Just be like, yeah, I may have herpy legs, but I don't have it on my dong.
That's a solid clarification.
Yeah.
Hey, dogs. I started listening to your podcast and am still on early episodes. They are great and pass the time. Thanks, dude. I write because my work life sucks dick. Otherwise, I'm doing great. I am tall, 6'8" dude with a smoking wife and huge dong. My
Nice.
job sucks, though. I don't know what to do, but my stoke levels are really low. If you were in a shitty job, what would you guys do?
Quit.
It's tough, yeah, because I would quit, but my parents helped me out, you know?
Yeah.
So my authority on this is pretty minimal, I would say. You know, my parents like encouraged me to just pursue my activism, and they were confident that it would pay off. I don't know, like, you know, if you're living with a wife, you have someone else who's dependent on you, and you know, if you guys have kids, you got more dependency, and that's gonna force you into this job more. So I would say, don't take on more responsibility. Don't buy stuff you don't need that's gonna make you have to keep this job to pay for it. Put yourself in a position where you can be, you know, where you can take a chance. And then I would leave this fucking job.
Yeah, maybe just like my dog Gary Vee says, you know, if you need to support yourself with a job that you hate, do the job, but then start to pursue the other thing you want to pursue when you have that free time, you know. Time is valuable, you know, and you got to use it right. And yeah, and congrats on the huge dong, man.
I was going to say, dude,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You're already doing great. But I think that speaks to his potential. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's 6'8" with a smoking hot wife and a huge dong. People like that do well in life. You know what I mean? In all respects, including on the job front. So don't be afraid of, you know.
Swing it, dude. Swing it.
Hello, fellow stokers. I'm Colton from SLC. So yesterday I had the wonderful experience of masturbating for the first time, expect I don't really know how to masturbate, so I put my wiener in the top of a shampoo bottle. At first it felt amazing and it was the best, and then my wiener went fully erect and it got stuck in the bottle because my wiener was so erect. My penis is still stuck in the bottle and it's been a couple hours since it happened. I can't tell my mom, so I'm asking for your help. What do I do?
Well, dude, I'm not sure when you sent this email, but I hope it's still not stuck in the bottle.
But in the off chance that your dick is still stuck in the bottle, I think what you have to do is...
What?
Okay, so the problem is that his dick is still hard.
Yeah.
That's why it's stuck in there. But if his dick went to limp size, it could slide out.
Oh, shit.
So look at a naked photo of your grandma or grandpa.
Yeah, you want to make key thing here is you want to make your dick smaller. You want to shrink that dong, and the way you do that is you let the blood flow out of it, and you don't get aroused by lewd images. You want to look at images of your grandma's, you know, floppiness.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't even have to be naked. You can just picture her naked from a regular photo if that's not handy.
Yeah,
and then or your grandpa, and then if you end up getting aroused by that. Well, then we got bigger stuff to talk about. So it's kind of a win-win situation.
Maybe go to IKEA. That always makes me soft.
Why?
Oh, just too much shopping. Too much furniture shopping, I guess.
It's hard to know what to get there.
It's too overwhelming. I'm like, this is Swedish and there's furniture. I don't know what to do.
Colton, so if you do have that kind of reaction to oversized retail stores, then that could be your answer, dude. What up, JT Parties the hardest and Chad Brodingham the first? Nice. I wrote in a couple months ago asking you guys for ideas on what to name my upcoming son. As luck would have it, JT's suggestion of Cole Thomas was already taken by my friend, peer and coworker of 5 years named Cole Thomas from the LBC. Shout out Long Beach. Dude, that's so fire that I came up with a fire name and you already had a fire bro with that name. So anyways, we had to go rogue from your suggestion and choose the name Raphael, and we'll call him Rafi.
Sick.
Yes, dude.
Hell yeah.
Unbeknownst to baby mama, but knownst to me, he's directly named after Rafi from the league. My question is, should I divulge to his bio mama that I secretly chose this name after most legendary and lovable scumbag of all time, or should I keep it under wraps until he's old enough to discover Netflix and chill on his own?
Yeah, just keep it to yourself, man. Keep it to yourself and get stoked out by yourself. You know, if you're driving in your car, you just be like, Rafi, yes, I know why I named him that. And then she can have her own reasons. Be like, she named him after the tennis player because he has huge biceps.
Exactly. Who was almost my baby of the week this week because the Stoker sent it and was like,
oh,
dude,
yeah.
Rafa Nadal. He sent it to you.
Yeah.
His arms are amazing.
They are amazing.
And I love that he won at Wimbledon when people didn't think he could.
But yeah, let everyone have their own interpretation of why they chose the name.
And here's my thing. Here's the burden I put on you, though, dude, is that I don't think you should tell anybody else. Because then you're having fun at the expense of your wife's ignorance. Like if you're bragging to your friends, like, oh, I named him after Rafi from the league and she doesn't know. That's going to hurt her feelings if a lot of people know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it was a source of humor and fun for you that you kind of got one over on her. But if you can just keep this secret to yourself and only you know it, and the kid got a legit name out of it, and you're still protecting her in a way, I think it's all good, dude.
Hell yeah.
What up, Chad and JT? I come at you with a serious topic, women. I just started college and can't get over the fact of how many smoke shows are on campus. So I guess I come to you with this. What can help me become the man on campus and how to pull the most beaver over the next 4 short years? Love the pod, bro. Stay stoked. Fuck Puzio.
What you said? What's the best way you can pull the most?
Yeah, he wants to pull the most beaver over the next 4 years.
Be your own man. If you're known as a dude who's always just like chasing chicks, I think that's kind of unattractive. But if you're like this guy who's just like a magnet for fun and good times and good studies and just like always tapping the keg, but always hitting the library, but always just, you know, life of the party, but life of the classroom, and good to his parents, just a solid dude that has a good future ahead of him. That's just, you're gonna attract all types of ladies that way. Yeah.
Dance hard, you know, always be there to play some pong and stuff and crack jokes, but don't have this stuff come at the expense of other people. Don't have it come at the expense of your own well-being. And, you know, listen to people, everyone, dude. Just practice good listening and practice empathy, and then just be fun, man. And then if you do that, and if you can do that without expectations, if you can kind of somehow subvert this needing to get beaver stuff and put it away, then I think you're going to have a big, beautiful experience, dude. And there will definitely be some chicks involved. But if that's what you're into. But yeah, man, just be cool, be nice, be fun.
Hell yeah.
You can do it, dude. Everyone can do it.
You got this.
All right, guys, now for our final segment, we are going to do our quote of the week. This is a slight expansion from what we typically do. It's not just going to be film this week. There's also going to be music, TV, and maybe even just something you heard. But this is the quote of the week.
Oh, it's just quote?
I guess, or like song lyric, yeah. I specifically wanted to do a song lyric because I was in Starbucks before this, and I heard the song My Own Worst Enemy by Lit. And it got me so pumped because it's like this dude getting so jacked up about asking his girlfriend about himself. And he's just as frustrated and bewildered as anyone as to how stupid he acted when he was drunk. Please tell me why my car's in the front yard. Like, I just love the line, please tell me. He's telling his girlfriend, he's like, please tell me why I'm such an idiot. But he's also talking to himself like, can my drunk self tell me why I do this stupid shit? It's like, maybe not, dude, but you're asking the right questions.
Beautiful.
And he's frustrated. He's like, please tell me.
Tell me why.
Please, why'd I do this?
Tell me why.
And it's especially timely because I had a stoker reach out to me that he had a bad blackout and that he, like, kind of drove his car with his friend, like, trying to get him out of it because his friend knew he was drunk. And, like, he tossed his friend. And everyone's okay, but everyone's pissed at him. And I just want this stoker to know. And he was genuinely contrite, and he wants to make it better. And the hardest part about when you black out like that is that you freak out over how you acted. Like, you can't believe you did the crazy shit you did. You're like, that doesn't sound like me. Like, I would never do that stuff. And you have to reconcile that stuff. But just remember that we all do stuff that will haunt us, but it will not define us. So we can all have our blackout night. Let's try and keep it single dig. But you'll get past whatever you did, and you just got to be better. That's the important thing. Remember, it's just something that happened, and as long as you can move on and better, it'll be all right. So, Lit, thank you for those song lyrics that describe that situation that the Stoker was feeling, that you felt, that I felt, where you're just like, man, I got hammered, and I didn't even know I could be that stupid.
I love it. I love it. Shout out to Lit. My lyric is... It's from the Jagged Edge song, Where the Party At?
Yes, dude, great song.
The lyric is, where the Bacardi at? Mix it with the Chris. Baby, what is wrong with that?
That's the line?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Dude, that is fire.
What's wrong with mixing it with Chris, dude?
What's wrong with that?
And that's just like, dude, find your own party, man. Don't, just make your own party. Party the way you want to. Get your fucking rocks off the way you want to. If you have a bottle of Cristal and you have a bottle of Bacardi and you want to mix the two of them, don't let society tell you can't. Because Jagged Edge says you can, first off. Second, you don't have to listen to society about what drinks you can mix, Party the way you want to party and just freaking get down, Enjoy yourself. Life is fun. Have fun. Can you imagine if some dude walked into a party and he's like, hey, where the Bacardi at? And then he's like, you know what? Mix it with the Chris. Baby, what's wrong with that? Hell
Dude,
yeah. Is that it?
I think that's it.
All right, guys. That is episode 35 of the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. Thank you, Stokers, so much for writing in, for being Stokers, for just being amazing people. Just so much support from you guys. And you guys are just awesome Stokers, awesome fans. And we love it. So keep doing your thing. Check out our Patreon for bonus content, patreon.com/chatgoesdeep.
If you need advice, these guys are real.